Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is DeCali, and you're watching Destiny News. Alright, first things first, time to look at this week in Destiny. So, the Arms Week is back in the spotlight, new weapon changes are hitting the Crucible. Hop into the Heliostat exotic mission. Congrats on the first Epic Raid race winners. Legacy of the Past original soundtrack is now available, and earn the Hope Hughes emblem during National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So, Arms Week returns. Shotguns? More like shot funds. Wow, that was a really good joke, Bungie. I don't know how you came up with that one. But anyways, Ada1 has been iterating on the new shotgun volatile weapon mods for you to try out when Arms Week returns starting October 7th, which, if I checked my watch, it is today. And then when the Arms Week returns, be sure to visit the shooting range to pick up a shotgun and complete challenges to unlock the new volatile weapon mods. So hop in, slot these event limited mods in any legendary shotgun, and get blasting before they disappear when Arms Week concludes. Now, the weapon mods that are coming in are as following: unstable shells. Landing precision hits or most of the pellet spread will attach a delayed explosion to the target. Number 2, illegal trigger. Every shell fired increases rate of fire for a short time. Magazine size and reserves are increased beyond their normal limits. And number 3, aftershock. Final blows create a wave of energy behind the target. Now, personally, I'm most excited for unstable shells. Landing precision hits or most of the pellet spread attach a delayed explosive, but aftershock feels fun to me. So that I'll try them all out and we'll see how it is. So this morning I was kind of getting into the reset. I hopped on Destiny, noticed that there was 1 hour of delay. Once I got in, went straight to Ada1 and took a look at what they have to offer. So they'll have a couple of quests for you to check out, so that you can get the new volatile weapon rounds. Personally, I have the first one done, and then I have these two I'm working on, so aftershock and illegal trigger. There's a couple of quests. You gotta get some shotgun defeats. Well, shotgun defeats grant more bonus progress, but you can do them by just simply defeating combatants in portal activities. Both of them are the same in that regards, but this one is dealing final blows with weapons equipped with the volatile round mods. So in this case, if you don't have the other one, you'd have to use the one I have equipped right now, which is the unstable shells, which is really cool, and it's an exotic weapon mod. I'm not sure if we've had that before, but I think that's pretty cool, if you ask me. Personal thoughts on the event so far. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with it. You're allowed to get a lot of cool shotguns, including some. This one is from the old Crown of Sorrow raid, so that's cool if you want to pick that up. They are selling this Akilos, which I didn't have. I deleted all my Akiloses, so I'm super happy that they have this here that I can get with a semi-decent roll. Vorpal weapon, Pugilist. Yeah, this looks pretty good. This is what I'm using right for now. I'm not sure if they have random drops. I'm pretty sure that's it, but these are and also Perfect Paradox. This is a really cool one to pick up. I'm not sure if this is the best roll. Okay, definitely not the best roll, but if you want it, you can come pick it up, as well as you can kind of grab the event gun, the Treacherous, which is also available the last week when they did the heavy metal. So this is available for that as well. But if you want, you can grab the engram and get any of these rewards: the Treacherous, the Synestia, sure, we'll call it that, and as well as Submersion, the combat bow, which I use a lot. So any one of these, you can come pick it up. None of these are really new weapons, but you can acquire them from the Arms Week, which has you doing Crucible. And I love Crucible, so I love Arms Week. Tell me how you think of it while you played this week, but personally, I had a lot of fun with it. Moving on, we have weapon changes in Update 9.1.5. While 9.1.5 is overall a small update, we have some changes that we believe will have a noticeable impact on the Crucible experience. Primarily, we wanted to focus our attention on the close range weapon meta and on the balance between primary and special weapon usage. Now this one, I've heard a lot from watching other people. This one's kind of big. We're going full circle with the ammo system. For in Crucible, while the special ammo meter system allows you to heavily invest in it and obtain sufficient uptime, players who do not invest are struggling to earn even a minimal amount of ammo. We wanted to make sure to not increase the ammo amount available at a high end while bringing the low end up and making it more reasonable to run a special weapon even without heavy investment. So, the increased ammo meter gains at no low investment for primary weapon ammo final blows by 33%. So what this means is final blows with your primary weapon, you increase your special ammo bar with no/low investment by 33%. So without additional mods or anything, the amount that you earn is 33% more than before, which is a very noticeable increase in special ammo gains. So this could look like a lot more people using special weapons and a lot more special weapon use in Crucible, which is apparent this week because everyone's using shotguns because that's how you kind of complete a lot of the quests for the Arms Week. Now moving on to weapon archetypes, hand cannons, adaptives. We recently reprised Finite Impactor for Iron Banner, but the stats of this weapon originally from Season 3 are not on par with the new generation of hand cannons. As such, we are increasing the stats to be more competitive with current offerings. The Finite Impactor range 36 to 46, handling 45 to 55, and increased reload speed from 40 to 50. Personally, I hate the Finite Impactor because I don't like how it sounds and how it feels. If you like this hand cannon, by all means, go for it. But personally, I don't like the feel of it. It feels like a toy compared to other hand cannons. Moving on, spread shots. While spread shot hand cannons have seen their kills and effectiveness fall significantly after the original nerf earlier this season reduced by 40% and 53% respectively, they still feel way too easy to use and are too forgiving for their strength within the Crucible. We want these weapons to feel a little bit more punchy, like short-range bruisers. That means making them a little less snappy and easy to control, as well as pushing their effective range down. In live, these weapons compete around the lower end of sidearm range, but with these changes, they'll be moved down closer to range of slug shotguns. To offset these changes in PvE, we have increased their damage bonuses versus combatants. Increased bonus damage versus combatant 8 to 15%, reduced range by 5%, increased spread by 10%, increased recoil by 25%, increased handling by 10%. So what this means for all the spread shot users is you're just going to have to get a little closer. Personally, I'm not a fan of the spread shot. I don't use them often, but if I am using them, it's just to try them out. But this will make it more competent with shotguns. And with this being combined with the ammo system, spread shots are looking less and less appealing as the days go by. So do with this information as you will. But it's a loss for spread shots for sure. Sidearms, heavy bursts. Alongside the spread shotgun, heavy burst sidearms are very strong in the close range meta, even after the directed nerf to forgiveness. With their main competition coming down, in playtest, heavy bursts were proving to be too easy to use for the range they offer. Given that the part of what makes heavy bursts stand out compared to other sidearms is the increased range, and part of what can make them so frustrating to play against is how easy they can be to use. We have decided for this balance pass to reduce that ease of use rather than furthering nerf the range. This change will require more precision to land an optimal time to kill and slow down the time to kill for all body shots. Reduce base damage taken, reduce body shot from 3 to 31. Reduce critical hit damage from 52.8 to 49.6. So what I'm seeing with all these Crucible changes is they're looking to make the point of entry and skill level for these guns harder than what they currently are for the heavy burst stardoms and for the spread shots. As for ammo system, the special ammo system, it kind of balances it out with giving people shotguns, which are easier to use, but also gives people like with snipers, which are hard to use. So it really is up to what we'll see happen in the coming weeks to how this is going to affect the Crucible, if at all. We'll just have to see. So moving on to a special favorite for most and what people have been waiting for since the beginning of the Ashen Iron update, the new exotic mission Heliostat, launching October 7th, returned to the Plaguelands to finish what Maya began with their daring heist on the Vanguard's Vault. The conductor seeks to expand the reach of her Echo using abandoned Warsat technology, storm the Golden Age facility alongside psionic allies to ruin Maya's plans, and claim the Wolfsbane exotic axe as your own. This new exotic act is the first of its kind and a homage to times past. Reap restorative Quicksilver nanites when hitting and killing targets. These nanites fly to the wielder attaching to the axe and reconstruct the blade to something even greater. Once enough nanites are acquired, hold reload to overclock the blade, increasing its damage output and transforming the heavy attack into a swarming, flaming Quicksilver Swarmnado is what they're calling it. So, we have more. The Heliostat first run. When creating the new exotic mission, originally named Warsat Heist, when first announced, we wanted to provide a chance for players to tackle the new mission with friends for the first time or help new friends get their first completions while still getting potential rewards. When tackling the new Heliostat exotic mission for the first times, players will be not locked to normal difficulty and fixed modifiers for a consistent experience. You'll be rewarded with a power bump for all fire teams, no matter where in the fire journey that they're at. Once completed, the full portal tiers and modifier customizations options will be available in Pinnacle Ops, and you will need to configure appropriately for continued power progression on future runs. It's important to note that players who have not completed their first run cannot join a normal unlocked version. However, players on their first run can invite players who have already completed their first run to play with them. Players above 200 who have already completed their first run will get Tier 1 rewards, capped at 200, playing with their friends through their first Heliostat run. And players below 200 who have previously completed their first may still receive receive rewards that gain them power while running their Heliostat for the first time. So what this means, the first time you run it, it's going to be normal for anyone. If you're joining someone who's doing it for their first time, it's going to be normal rewards unless you're under 200, in which it'll give you increasing power until that 200 cap. Now, I have already completed this new exotic mission, Heliostat, and I've gotten the exotic, and I will talk about my opinion on both the mission and the weapon in the next segment. But for now, moving on to the next one, World First Epic Raid Race winners. After a neck and neck race that could have truly been anyone's game, a team rose to defeat the Koragos Fractured in Time in the Desert Perpetual Epic Raid, diving into the new challenge with a completely new encounter with a difficult challenge, but one many took gladly. Congratulations once again to Clan Elysium, our world's first Epic Raid winners. Names are Saltagreppo, Quaz, Vendetta, Vile Fate, OG, and Jif. or Jiffy, or Jiffy, whatever. I don't know. Whatever it is, congratulations to the team that took down the Epic Raid, which a lot of people had very positive receptions to the Raid and Dungeon team. It was amazing. The actual difficulty was a little bit different than what it was in the contest mode of the original Raid, and a lot of people enjoyed it for what it was. And even the visual appeal to the new encounters, as well as just the raid overall. So big shout out to the Dungeon and Raid team at Bungie. Next up, we have Legacy of the Past original soundtrack. The Legacy of the Past soundtrack is now available for purchase on the Bungie store. This collection of Destiny 2 original music brings together a number of works that haven't appeared anywhere else. The music runs the gamut from dramatic pieces that accompany players in several dungeon adventures to themes from activities found in seasons past, exotic missions, and even landmark cinematics from Destiny 2. Just as revisiting the music has brought back memories for the Destiny 2 team, returning our thoughts to the times when these pieces were created, we hope that listening to this music brings back fond memories of your time as a Guardian, with your fire team members at your side, braving the unknown together. Now, I think this is pretty cool, personally. I love music. I love Destiny's music. So, am I going to buy it? I don't know. We'll see. How much is this thing? Alright. Oh, $8. That's it. Might have to cop this. Yeah. And finally, celebrate National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Accessibility at Bungie, one of Bungie's inclusion, diversity, and equity associations, or IDEA, is celebrating National Disability Employment Awareness Month with the new Hope Hughes emblem. We are excited to partner with Ability Points, a nonprofit organization that strives to help profoundly disabled adults achieve employment in the tech and gaming space. In honor of National Disability Employment Awareness Month, everyone who makes a $10 donation to Ability Points through the Bungie Foundation's campaign will earn the Hope Hughes emblem in Destiny 2 through October 31st, 2025. All net profits will go towards Ability Points. So this is the emblem. This is what you'll get if you donate $10 to Ability Points through the Bungie Foundation's campaign. Now, that is all that we have to look at for the This Week at Destiny, or This Week at Bungie, or This Week in Bustany, This Week in Destiny, or whatever you want to call it. So, I think we need to talk about how people are feeling about everything going on right now. And to that, we look to Twitter. So, let's take a look. Alright, I think it's the most appropriate to start when we're looking at Destiny 2 Twitter, to look at Destiny 2 itself. This is a Twitter account. So, what we have recently that came out is infiltrate a forgotten Golden Age facility and prevent the conductor from launching a dangerously modified war stat. Halo stat, an exotic mission, is now available for all players in Pinnacle Ops. This was news to me when I found this out, because I don't have Edge of Fate or anything. I haven't paid for anything in a while. Just been kind of, playing. I don't know. I haven't bought it yet. Sue me. I'm waiting for Renegades. All right. Anyways, so it was new that it was for players of all, not just people who paid for it. So that was pretty exciting. So to get a free exotic quest, that was news to me. So this guy, Bad Juju, kind of hoped the axe let me interact with extras in the mission. What does that mean? Who knows? But Bungie, Destiny, you'll have to interact with them to find out. Very clever. Putting axe in act. Good. Is this where we get the chance exotic axe ? Not a chance. Complete the new exotic mission to earn Wolfsbane. Me and my buddy just finished a really good mission, man. Available for all players, even if I haven't purchased the DLC or the season pass? Correct. Wow. People must be so excited for this new mission. Let's see how the Bungie community has responded to this. the remaining Destiny players watching all their friends and favorite streamers migrate to other games. Everything's fading away. I miss being excited about Destiny 2 and playing Destiny 2 with my friends. My life after uninstalling Destiny 2 looks pretty good. Things are not looking good for Destiny 2 right now. That's not true. There's no way. There's just 4 playing. Okay. Anyone else not able to put anything into their vault in Destiny 2? I can take things out, but I can't put them back in the game. Maybe your vault is full. Just did the new Destiny 2 exotic mission. That shit was extremely disappointing and easy. Play the new exotic mission in Destiny 2 today. What a great photo. Back to PoE Path of Exile 2 blasting. That certainly was a mission in Destiny 2 that does drop an exotic. What happened to the game I love? After completing this exotic mission, all I'm going to say is if the Festival of Lost new 6-man activity is just a reskin version of Altars of Sorrow, then it's not going to be good, is what this guy is saying. Which I agree with. The new exotic mission in Destiny 2 is straight ass. Bungie should have worked on it longer. When we talk about Destiny 2 feeling truly lifeless right now, what we mean is the new exotic mission just shows up in the damn portal. I miss opening the director, finding something new on the map, loading in, and platforming to the flag. It gave the mission a sense of place. I agree with that. Having the portal makes the game feel small. You're not going around the system, you're going around a menu. You're not orbiting around a planet and going to a different planet. You're just selecting off of menus, which does make the game feel small. So what I've got from this is that reception of this new exotic mission has been definitely mixed. In my opinion, I enjoyed the exotic mission. Mind you, it was pretty short. Environments were cool, but it was easy. I wish it was longer. I wish it was a little harder. I wish the puzzles were a little bit more complicated. But the exotic axe that came out of it, which is right now showing as a sword, is very cool when we look at this thing. Wolf's Bane. Intrinsic perks, light attacks, generate sword energy, and have a chance to spawn Seeking Quicksilver nanites that heal the wielder upon attaching. Really cool stuff. And it's craftable. There's multiple intrinsic perks that you can get for this this sword, and perks that can be added onto this later. So I think this is a really cool sword axe thing. So yeah, up to you. Play the mission. It's free for everyone. Get the exotic axe. I just wish the mission was a little bit better, but it was a cool environment. So I give Bungie, I don't know, a list of complaints for the community. That's all I can really say at this point. Moving on to the last thing we're going to look at on Twitter, we have a post from Blueberries GG. Now, this post, I think, is a really good post that highlights a lot of things that a lot of people want. We need Destiny 2.5. Obviously, Destiny 3 would be awesome, but that's not going to happen. It would take years, and Bungie doesn't have the resources, and the community doesn't have the patience, which I totally agree with. So instead of doing more Edge of Fate and slowly kill the game, why don't we drop the old consoles, significantly improve visuals, re-release most gear with tiers, release Year 1 exotics with random perks and catalysts, re-release old campaigns with that new loot, bring back an improved weekly reset, other stuff I can't brainstorm on my own. It would be a proper Age of Triumph for Destiny 2. And that was my armchair dev moment. Thank you for your time. I think this is a great idea. I don't know if I'd call it Destiny 2.5, maybe Destiny 2 Remastered or something along the lines, but this hits everything that I think this game is missing. Old campaigns makes the story super weird. There's no actual vanilla story to this thing. You hop in, you play a couple of tutorials, which they call the campaign. and then all of a sudden they hop you right into Edge of Fate and you're confused and you don't know what's going on. So having the old campaigns would definitely be a lot better for newer players and older players wanting to replay the old stuff. Re-releasing most gear with tiers would be also a good system to give old stuff the ability to use, because right now with the tier system and the blue tab that you can only play those things, I think it limits how much stuff we have. It's like, well, you have all this stuff, we even unsunset all this stuff, but you can't actually use this stuff in new content, which I think should be changed. With the re-released Year 1 exotics with a random perk / catalyst, I don't know, it depends. But I think there shouldn't be a featured exotic or thing. I think they should be all available to be used whenever in all activities. The old campaigns, I think, is a great idea. And bring back improved weekly reset. Yes, I agree. Weekly reset should be a lot better than it is now. This portal system is not working. Bungie, listen to everyone. It is not working. Get rid of it. Next piece of information isn't Destiny at all. Rather, it's Marathon. Ooh, the game that everybody loves. But seriously, it's important that this game does well, or at least breaks even, because we need Destiny to be good. So if Marathon is good, which it's anyone's guess if it's good, but you know, I feel like as its only other game, people who play Destiny should want Marathon to do good. And with that, you can now apply to Marathon's closed technical test. So, since June, we've had several closed play tests to gather information and feedback on Marathon. We're now opening applications for more players to join us for a closed technical test from October 22nd to October 28th. This is a limited time invite-only playtest for players in North America and Europe on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Steam. As with recent closed plays tests, this test is under NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement. So, here are the rules. How long will the closed technical test run? We already established it is 10 a.m. from the 22nd to the 28th of October. You can be invited by going on to their Discord, and they'll add your name to the list, and in about 24 hours, they'll update you with a non-disclosure agreement. How will you know that you've been accepted? You will get an email from Bungie saying that you have so. Am I allowed to stream, record, or share my playtest experience? This is strictly under an NDA, and such as you will not be able to stream or share your playtest experience publicly. This is a private thing, and it should be the communication between you and the Bungie developers alone, and that is it. You can tell them about your feedback and bugs that you may find, and that's it. That's all. Here's some system requirements. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, PC, minimum of an i5 6th gen and a 1050 Ti with 8GB RAM. So overall pretty low on the requirement side. Now, personally, I signed up for this. I hope I want to get to play it. I don't even know how this thing plays. I'm just curious. So I want to join the playtest. Obviously, I won't make anything about it because you can't. It's an NDA, so legally you can't talk about it. But I'm gonna play it, and yeah, I guess you guys will see when the game comes out. Maybe I won't even get in. We'll see. But yeah, that is what's going on with Marathon currently. Now, the next thing you want to be looking up for is the Festival of the Lost Destiny 2 event. Now, they've done this in the past, as in every year. I don't know since release, but they've done it pretty much every year. So, from October 21st to November 4th, they'll be running the Festival of the Lost activities. So these are some of the ornaments that you could be obtaining from this event, which I think looks sweet, in my opinion. So the Titans get Jason Voorhees, which is this one. Hunters get the Spectre armor set, which is this one. And Warlocks get a Slender Man armor set, which is this one. All really cool. So information about this game, it includes Haunted Altars, which is a 6-man PvE activity. Will that look like Altars of Sorrow? Will it look like something completely different? I hope it looks different. I hope it's not just a reskinned version of Altars of Sorrow, which might be the case if we're looking at past experiences, and like most of what they're doing right now is just reskinning it and making it a little bit different and calling it a new thing. So we'll see what that looks like. And a PvP activity called Red Rumbles. So I don't really have much information about Red Rumble, but it's going to be Rumble in Crucible. So what makes it red? What does that? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see to play it. I'm excited for this, but also not, because it's the last thing that happens that Bungie has said that they would do before Renegades comes out, which is in December 2nd. So November looks pretty empty. Mind you, the last couple months have also looked empty, but there has been things that have been happening, good or bad. But maybe, I don't know, maybe this blank month will give Bungie some time to really rethink things going into Renegades. Will significant change happen based on community feedback in that 1 month? Probably not. But we can always be hopeful to what Bungie does and deciding the direction of Destiny 2 in the future. Alright, time to get into the technical things. Destiny 2 patch notes, here we go. General Kepler's Altar of Relativity now focuses engrams and daily rewards up to 450 power. Exotic focusing at Master Rahul will now reward gear at power level. Why didn't it before? Who knows? Exotic focusing at Ada 1 is no longer capped at 200. Fixed an issue where specific holofoil weapon visuals could cause a specific crash on specific devices. Players will now see the intended holofoil visuals in their inventory. Fixed an issue where players could not dismantle non-array manifolds in a full stack. Okay. Devrin will no longer show a reputation rank on the director tooltip. Yeah. Fixed an issue where the final shape legendary campaign start screen incorrectly referenced completing the Edge of Fate campaign. That would be interesting to see. Activities. Heliostat. New exotic mission launches. We've talked about that. We can move on from that. Portal. The following Fireteam activities have been moved to Pinnacle Ops: Onslaught Midtown, Onslaught Widow's Court, the Coil, Contest of Elders. Increase the frequency with which the Deluge Accelerator will drop energy wells. The Encore Pinnacle Op. In the Encore Pinnacle Op, the door to the final boss arena will now open without needing to wait through the dialogue. Thank goodness. I remember doing the Pinnacle Op and I was like, well, we don't have much time. And then we have to sit and wait through this annoying ass dialogue. But they got rid of it. It shouldn't have been anything in the first place, but they got rid of it. I can't praise them for it, but at least they're trying. Fix an update where players may not revive. Fix an issue where players might not revive consistently and reclaim and some Pinnacle Op activities. Fix an issue where Pinnacle Ops would not count for some objectives. Fix an issue where the description for the medieval weapon modifier did not state that it required new gear armor like the loadout modifiers. Fix an issue in the Coil where the match game modifiers would make immunity shields much more difficult to break than intended. Fix an issue where completion rewards from the Fallen Saber Conquest were directly to the Postmaster. It's a lot of issues that they had to fix, and and it's all the Portal. Wow. Portal's really going well for you guys, huh? Moving on. The Desert Perpetual fixed an issue where the players who completed the Atlas and Almanac quest in the Desert Perpetual Epic before completing the Maps and Territories quest in the normal version of the raid were unable to complete their latter quest, blocking access to vendor attunement and whirling of Ovation Catalyst. That's a lot of words. People who played the Desert Perpetual Epic Grade, let me know in the description what that meant. Crucible, Trials of Osiris, fixed an issue that was preventing players from being able to change their glow colors using the flawless passage. Fixed an issue where players could pick up a Trials passage while on a lighthouse passage with no losses. Competitive, added the new Ascendant emblem. This emblem can be claimed at Shaxx if you have reached Ascendant 3 or higher at any point this season. Fixed an issue where the slow capture rule set for collision could cause matches to end early. This rule set has been re-enabled in competitive. General, fixed an issue where the boss would not spawn in the Simulation Safeguard EXO challenge. Gameplay and investment, exotic armor. Titans, Stronghold, reverted the entirety of the Stronghold rework from update 9.1.0. Now, what are the rework of the Stronghold? This is it. Gaining stacks of Perfect Guard has moderately normalized, meaning blocking larger amounts of incoming fire gains stacks at the slower rate, while blocking lower amounts of incoming action. Now land a sword hit requires a 50% consumption. You hit and instantly heals you and nearby allies. No longer provides infinite guard during. You know, there's no reason of reading this because it doesn't exist anymore. It's been completely reverted. Melos Panoplia fixed an issue where the Forge Master melee regen was remaining active after switching off throwing hammer. Weapons, weapon tuning. We've been over this part before. We've looked at all of this. Exotic weapons, Hierarchy of Need fixed an issue where the catalyst was not improving draw time and reload speed when striking a target. Weapon fixes fixed an issue where and today submachine gun's red dot was slightly off center. That is triggering, but you'd probably not notice it if you're using it. Abilities, general fixes. Bolt Charge fixed an issue where Bolt Charge could not discharge with a glaive melee. Passive traits, Hunter. I read this morning. I was very excited as a Hunter main myself. Increase Hunter default sprint from 8 to 8.6 meters per second. Hunter's passive non-sprinting movement speed bonuses increase from old tier 4 mobility to old tier 10 mobility. In PvP modes, this is equivalent to old tier PvP tier 7. So, Hunters are moving faster than ever, and Hunters are swapping faster than ever with a 10% bonus equip speed, and in PvP modes, it is 5%. Warlocks, what do you get this week? Warlocks now have an innate 10% bonus to passive grenade energy regeneration. Warlocks now have a 5% additive bonus to the grenade damage. Benefits half to PvP. So, 5% additive bonus to grenade damage. Now, grenades are already strong on Warlocks with damage to bosses, looking even better now. So, Warlocks, get ready for Grenade City. Titan, unarmed melee damage increased by 20% against PvE combatants. Damage increased to 5% against players in PvP. Towering and rally barricades taunt PvE combatants in front of the barricade. That is a very nice update to the barricades. Walk up to a couple enemies, you need cover. Now, the people in front, the enemies, are blinded. Let's say it's a champion, blinded champion. It gives you some time to stun them. That's kind of a nice update for Titans. Hunter class ability, Marksman Dodge now picks up nearby ammo bricks on activation. Now reloads all weapons on activation. This is crazy. Have a full empty heavy, have empty special, empty primary. Dodge once, it's all reloaded. That's all good. Alright, Strand. Suspending Slam Aspect no longer increases cooldown duration after use. Suspending enemies with Suspending Slam now gives Woven Mail. Duration scales with the number of enemies suspended. That is a really good update. Woven Mail increases your damage resistance by almost like 45%, I think it is, which is super good for endgame when it comes to Strand Hunters. So Really looking forward to that. Threaded Spectre Aspect increased fragment slots from 2 to 3, which is a really nice update. Alright, lots to look at for this. Let's keep going. Solar, On Your Mark Aspect. Stacks of On Your Mark now gives weapon stat. Max of 50 weapons stat at 10 stacks. Still grants previous reload benefit. Rescaled stat count to max of 10 stacks. Precision hits now give 1 stack, and precision final blows now give 2 stacks. Final blows at 10 stacks now carry you. Precision final blows at 10 stacks no longer give you radiant. Aww, no more radiant. Deadshot Super now refunds ammo on Golden Gun final blows instead of on ignitions. Now extend super duration on Golden Gun final blows. Energy diminishes with final blows, grants less in Crucible. That's understandable. Stasis. Grim Harvest Aspect. Stasis Shard creation no longer has a cooldown in PvE. That is pretty good. Arc. Combination Blow Melee. Fixed an issue where combination blow wasn't consistently activating. That's nice. Prismatic Gunpowder Gamble Aspect. My favorite thing to use from the solar aspects. Fixed an issue where final blows with non-solar weapons were not granting gunpowder stacks. Oh no. That's not very good. Good thing that's fixed, because one of my favorite aspects, Gunpowder Gamble. Get it while it's hot, baby. Stylist Executioner Aspect. Fixed an issue where Threaded Spike and Withering Blade melees would not apply weaken after activating this aspect. Alright, Warlocks, let's see what you got. I feel like a lot of things for Hunter, so let's see what Warlocks have in stock. Constructs. The following Warlock constructs now count as grenades for stats and perks. Ionic Sentry, Arc Soul, Helion, Bleak Watcher, Child of the Old Gods. Void. Chaos Accelerated Aspect. Chaos Accelerant now grants 2 grenade charges. Scatter Grenade. Charge grenades now create 4 more Seekers. Increase charge seeking damage versus compense by 25%. Oh my gosh. Increased charge seeker damage. Alright, that's what you want to look for. Will that make a big difference in the Void Warlock category? Who knows? Will they always just be Well of Radiance? Probably, but we will see. Improved charged seeking tracking versus combatants. That's nice. Increased charged seeker lifetime. Axion Bolt. Charged grenades now detonate twice. Increased charged projectiles damage versus combatants by 25%. So, Warlocks are kind of getting a crazy grenade buff, specifically for Void. Does it look like that for Solar? Looks like they're trying to get Void some more use, which I think is definitely worth the trying, because Solar is kind of reigning supreme right now in the Warlock category. Vortex Grenade. Charged grenade vortex now repeatedly pulls enemies in. Against enemy players, pull strength is reduced over time. Spike Grenade now charges into handheld Supernova. Suppressor Grenade and Void Wall Grenade also charge into handheld Supernova. Stasis. Glacier Harvest Aspect. The change to this aspect to remove the Stasis Shard creation cooldown PvE will be released in update 9.1.5. So, this will change in 1.9.5 to remove the Stasis creation in PvE. Okay. Well, that's not great, but Strand. Alright, Strand. Weave Walk Aspect. Tuned movement on Weave Walk, enter and exit. Prismatic. Pocket Singularity Melee. Fix an issue where sliding with a Lightning Surge equipped could cause players to lose additional melee charges. And Titans. Shiver Strike. Stasis and Prismatic Melee. Whipped attack now returns a flat 80% energy in PvE and 40% in PvP. That's really nice. You miss your shot, you get 80% back. You don't have to waste the whole charge. That's pretty nice. Out of the Storm Aspect now grants 2 melee charges. Chain Stasis Crystals spawn pattern and added 4 more crystals. now slows enemy players instead of freezing them. Cryoclasm aspect. Increase fragment slots from 2 to 3. Reduce long slide cooldown from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Tectonic harvest aspect. Stasis shard creation no longer has a cooldown in PvE. And finally, Void, Unbreakable Void and Prismatic aspect. Reduce grenade energy drain speed when holding shield. Reduce forward movement slowdown when the shield is hit by an attack. Increase fragment slots from 2 to 3. Blast now disorients enemies for a time. Bastion aspect. No longer increases cooldown time in PvE. Looks like Void is getting some updates on the Warlock and Titan. Will they see more use? Probably not. But I would say so for Titans, with Ward of Dawn being very good in PvE. So we'll just have to see what happens. Ammo system, we've talked about this, but for the shooting range, ammo generation is now enabled for the combatants in the shooting range. UI/UX fixes updates the weapon stat description to display the correct PvP bonus damage values, which were previously adjusted in update 9.0.0.4. Fixed an issue where mod icons were lower quality than intended. Quests and pursuits fixed an issue where some players were unable to complete reclaimed data pad seasonal challenges. Players missing these challenges will now be able to acquire the data pads that they have not picked up before. Fixed an issue where players who already unlocked the tower could not progress through a Guardian Rises. Fixed an issue where Banshee 44 only had 2 daily bounties available. Fixed an issue where Banshee 44 repeatable bounties could be purchased after the health cap for those bounties had been reached. Fixed an issue where some platform achievements could not be completed. Belly of the Beast can now be completed in the portal at master difficulty. The Prestige can now be completed in the portal at a grandmaster difficulty. Fixed an audio issue that temporarily fixed an issue where some temporary VO had not been replaced in Ashen Iron activities. Finally, player identity and expression. The Iron Beryllium armor set has been renamed to the Iron Forged Valor set. Update the armor description, flavor text, and set bonuses details to match the updated visuals. Added the Iron Banner shader, Iron Valis, for players to claim at Shaxx. Claimed it this morning. Fixed an issue where the primer shaders were not appearing in collections. Fixed an issue where the point of divergent sparrows from the reclamation reward pass were not appearing in the collections. The name of the ship on the Ashen Iron reward pass has been changed from Renegade Leader to Autogenosis. Alright. Fixed an issue where the Tusk Allegiance cloak armor was missing its cape. Oh no. Missing its cape? That is not good. The Hot Toss emote featured alongside the Ascendant Flow Skimmer pack has been removed from the Evaverse. All existing and future owners of the Ascendant Flow Skimmer will instead be able to claim this emote as a bonus item from special deliveries at launch of Renegades. Existing owners of this emote will also receive a silver refund for their emote's cost on a later date. Fixed an issue where a hollow chip extractor was not properly removing hollow chips introduced in Ash and Iron. Ugh. That is a lot of patch notes on everything. That is the entire patch notes of this week at Bungie. Well, at least they're trying a lot. I'm hopeful for how this is going to go. Looking like they're trying to spruce up the Void subclasses, trying to change things up, mix up the game, go back on their special ammo system, try to get the portal back in order. Although I think scrapping it would be better. I don't think they're going to do that, but at least they're doing something. And finally, we will move on to our last 2 segments. Now, every week at Destiny, they upload a movie of the week. So, given by Grozental on Reddit, this is the movie of the week.
At the end, I'm getting progress to it. Even though I don't have
I was told it was right. Oh my goodness, let's go! In the chest, baby!
Holy one, let's go!
Yeah.
I just witnessed a whole.
All right, I see it. So they used, what did they use? This. There we go. So they used this grenade launcher, primary. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it up right here. And it looks like his friend hit him with a sword. Yeah, hit him with a sword at the right time. This guy flew all the way to the end. I don't know what this part of the perpetual raid is, but congrats for going quick, I guess. Movie of the week. Wow, what a dull week that was. Just kidding. Lol, nice. The dab at the end was iconic. It was. Look at that dab at the end. Oh my goodness. Iconic. Well, that was the video of the week. Now I want to talk about a couple more things of just gaming in general, and we'll go rapid fire, given that this is about Destiny, but I feel like bringing up a couple of these things. Alright, headlines. Elon's AI-fueled fever dream gets even hotter as he promises his AI game studio is going to release a great game before the end of 2026. Interesting. Remember when Elon Musk, the world's wealthiest man and owner of Tesla, SpaceX, and X, said that too many game companies are owned by giant corporations? So his giant corporation was going to start a game studio to make games great again, and even better, in the completely ironic sense, it was going to be an AI game studio. Apparently he wasn't kidding. Work is apparently progressing, as Musk said on X that the debut game will be sometime in 2026. The XAI Game Studio will release a great AI-generated game before the end of next year, Musk wrote on X, reposting a short clip of what apparently Grok created animation of a guy on a unicycle charging a burning tank while firing an automatic rifle that another X user said correctly looks like absolute dog shit. Let's take a look. Wow. Oh, wow. that was cinema right there. Shut down Destiny. This AI game is, it's coming in hot. It is coming in hot, ladies and gentlemen. No, but for real, this looks absolute ass cheeks. Like no one will play that. If it looks like that, like come on, no one's gonna play that. But back to the topic, an AI generated game? What a lame excuse for what a game is. A game is when a bunch of developers are passionate about a project and they come together, designers, people who work on the coding, people who work on everything that happens when a game is released. It's a difficult process. For an AI generated game to come out, it's not going to be good. And yeah, it's just not going to be good. No one wants it. No one's asking for it. But what I think it mainly is, it's a publicity stunt to encapsulate and show AI. Or I don't know what Elon's plan is with this this AI fueled fever dream. But we'll see when it comes out what it looks like, and that is interesting news for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft used Xbox Game Pass users, get ready, buckle up. Now, last week was announced that Microsoft was upping their prices. How much? From $19.99 to $29.99, I think it was. But now Microsoft is coming back on their plan and delays Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price hike for some subscribers. Current subscribers in some European countries won't be affected by Microsoft's Game Pass price hike just yet. Microsoft is holding off on its ultimate price hikes for some existing subscribers in select countries after announcing a 50% increase to Game Pass Ultimate last week. Now, Microsoft says that this price increase will only currently affect new purchases and not existing subscribers in the market like Germany, Ireland, South Korea, Poland, and India. At this time, these increases will only affect new purchases and will not affect the current subscriptions for the market in which you reside, as long as you are on an auto-recurring plan, explains Microsoft in an email that was sent to some Xbox Game Pass subscribers overnight. Should you choose to cancel the plan and repurchase, you will be charged a new current rate. That is just lovely. So, basically what they're saying, you better stay subscribed. And if you don't come back. Because if you do, we'll charge up your ass, alright? This is crazy. This is crazy. First of all, I don't play enough games to even pay for the current version, let alone what they're gonna charge. Let's just see what they're talking about. Nick Berlin on Reddit says, I went from having Ultimate run year-round, now only buying it in a 1-year interval, 1 to 3 times a year. $33.99 plus tax a month isn't something I'm willing to do for a subscription. Is this a sick joke, Phil? Because I ain't laughing. I don't care about cloud gaming. Does anyone, or am I in the minority here? No, my friend, you are not. You are not in the minority here. This is absolutely insane. These price hikes, I don't think anyone is going to buy into. But you kind of have to if you have it, no? Because if you want to play those games that you've been playing, and by the way, when that pass expires, you won't be able to play the games that you've been playing, so all that progress will go away. If you dare get off of it, don't come crawling back to me, because it'll be a lot more than it used to be. I don't know. This all feels like this crazy money grab. They're including that there's additional things that they offer, like Fortnite Crew subscription, and a value of addition to Ubisoft and classic libraries. But is that really worth the extra 50% increase to everyone? I don't think so. This is absolutely bonkers crazy, and I won't stand for it all, and neither should you. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. And if you have it, uninstall it. I don't care. Or not. I also don't care. But it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, our final thing that I'm going to show for this week in Destiny, or non-Destiny thing, is the Battlefield 6 official launch trailer. This came out 9 hours ago. And yeah, let's take a look. This is gaming news, so we'll watch it.
Stream it on City TV Plus.
City TV Plus. Start your free trial today.
We are 3 days, count them 3, away from the release of Battlefield 6. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to hop on the battlefield and fight your friends. This looks really good, and to be honest with you, Destiny's going to have to compete. It's not going to be able to compete, at least for now. So for the time that this is going to be released, Bungie, Destiny's number will hit lower than low, which is unfortunate, but I don't know. I'm not going to play it. It's expensive. I'm not going to buy it just yet, but It looks really good. So if you're interested in that kind of a game, go buy it. I think Battlefield is a really good game and a really good game to invest in. It doesn't come out with yearly new games. Black Ops 6 and 7. But will definitely be worth your money, or if not, it will be on Black Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been all for me today. I hope you had an enjoyable time listening to the news of this week. I'm hoping to do this every week on Tuesdays. So next Tuesday, if I upload again, you know that it will be going on for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one.